Hello everyone, my name is Dr. Aditya Gupta. I did my undergraduation from AIMS New Delhi, having secured All India rank 10, post-graduation from AIMS Delhi, securing All India rank 17, and I'm currently pursuing my DM in Pediatric Oncology, securing All India rank 2 in the AIMS DM entrance. Now, again, I'll reiterate, I set these ranks not to show off or something on this line, but the reason I was able to achieve this rank is because one single mistake I did not do, which almost every one of us does. मैंने भी थोड़ी बहुत की थी, but I was sensible enough. I had good advisors who were able to advise me, don't do this. And today I'm going to be that advisor to you and tell you that don't do this mistake. And the single biggest mistake which everyone does just 2 or 3 months before the exam is FOMO, the fear of missing out. कि ये नई बुक पढ़ लेते हैं अभी अचानक से, अरे ये नई क्रैश सीरीज है, मेरा ऑलरेडी आई एम टेकिंग अ कोचिंग फ्रॉम सम इंस्टीट्यूट बट लेट मी जॉइन दिस न्यू क्रैश सीरीज एज वेल. अरे ये एक नई ऐप आई है, ये तो मेरा दोस्त कर रहा है, मैं भी करके देखता हूँ, उसको बड़ा फायदा कर रही है. नाउ दिस इज द बिगेस्ट ब्लंडर which almost every one of us at some point or the other ends up doing. It's not like I haven't done it, but I was able to realize this mistake faster than others, and I was not able to do this. I did not do this mistake, especially in the last 3 to 6 months before the exam. So I'm asking you to not do this mistake. I'll ask you, there's a person A and there's a person B. एक पर्सन ही अगर वो यूजी है तो अभी सिर्फ अपनी एनसीईआरटीज पे कंसंट्रेट कर रहा है और उससे रिलेटेड एमसीक्यू सॉल्व कर रहा है, वर्सेस एक पर्सन बी है, लेट्स से वो भी एनसीईआरटी भी पढ़ रहा है, उसे लग रहा है यार प्रदीप भी पढ़ के देख लिया जाए, एमटीजी में देखें क्या है, देखें जी दिनेश में क्या है, दिशा क्या बोलती है, ठीक है. और मान लो पीजी में है एक बंदा है ए, वो सिर्फ अपनी फर्स्ट एड पढ़ रहा है, उससे अपने बार बार फर्स्ट सेकंड प्रॉफ को रिवाइज कर रहा है, और देयर इज अ पर्सन बी, ही इज लाइक यार मैं प्रेपलाडर लूँ क्या, या मैं मैरो लूँ, या मैं डैम्स लूँ, एक काम करते हैं सब ले लेते हैं. So who do you think is going to get selected? Don't be like B. A lot of people you end up being like B, and and end up losing out on revising the important concepts that you have already done. The question which you can mark correct, if you would have revised, you won't mark them correct. And running after this new information in this FOMO, in this fear of missing out, will make sure that you don't get even those answers correct. So please don't be like B. The only exception to this is practice. I mean, I'll be very blunt about this, that the only thing that you can actually try multiple sources is only if you want to practice. तुम्हें अगर लगता है that this is one book that I bought for my MCQ practice and this is the topic that I wanted to do and I've done this thoroughly in this particular book, but I want to practice a bit more to make that topic more stronger. For example, you had an MCQ book that had like 100 MCQs for a particular physics chapter, and you have done those 100 MCQs and you believe that you have mastered that topic, or you still believe that there's some amount of some nooks and crooks are remaining and you want to further master it, and you have time in your hand, then you can consider another book just to practice, not to read theory. This is very important. This is where I will say again, practice a lot. If you want to practice, the number of resources can be unlimited. That is valid only for practice. For someone who says that I'm taking the Q banks of both PrepLadder and Maro and I'm confident enough, let's say I'm able to do both the Q banks, वैसे ऐसा कोई नहीं कर पाता because nobody is that intelligent. But let's assume you are someone who believes that I have already done my PrepLadder Q bank or Maro Q bank for that matter of fact, and now I want to practice more. Then you can still consider, I'll still advise against it, it's better to revise the previous questions again and again, but still you can consider as far as QBank and practice is concerned, but never ever in the last 3 months for theory. Theory is all meant to be revised again and again and again. I'll rather, as far as UG is concerned, if you're doing your NCRT and you're done, you want to practice mock papers, you got a book, you practice 10 mock papers from that book, and now you feel you have to practice those 10 papers and revise those 10 papers once, and you want to practice some other papers, then you can consider definitely. So practice is the only exception to this rule, but otherwise the fear of missing out, if you do it for theory, as far as theory is concerned, as far as new app is concerned, as far as new concept is concerned, as far as new information is concerned, this fear of missing out will make sure that you miss out on selection. So please make sure you do not ever do this mistake, especially in these last 3 months before the exam. Okay, so as far as if you're a UG student who's watching this, stick to NCRT and stick to NCRT based MCQs, not theory. If you're someone who's preparing for PG, stick to one coaching institute and stick to one QBank. If you've already done QBank thoroughly before and you feel you have extracted the maximum information and now you want to practice a bit more, then you can consider another QBank. I'll take my example. For example, at my point of time, I did the QBank of Maro. Fair enough. ठीक है. At this point of time I'll simply say the only reason I took that Q bank is because हमारे टाइम पे it was not popular. I'd already practiced the previous year questions that were given at the back of the review books, be it GRG, be it your Rebecca James or things like that. I practiced those previous year questions and I wanted to practice a bit more. That's why I only took a 1 month subscription of Maro at that point of time. Just 1 month, just to practice and just to give test series. That's about it. In such a scenario you can probably, and in this scenario you can probably consider that. Otherwise you won't. Only if you feel you are confident. I was confident that I've practiced and I want to practice more. Similarly, as far as UG is concerned, I'll again say I'm myself coming with an app, but I'll make sure that I do not put any new theory information for you. It's no point that you want to memorize theory. There's no. I will just give you questions which I myself, while making these videos for you guys, I realize that these are questions that can be asked in your entrance examination, and these are NCERT based questions. But again, I'll say only and only buy that app or use that app only if you feel that you have already practiced. I do not want, my own motto always has been to ensure that aspirants get selected and aspirants make the best out of their efforts. They do not waste their efforts. So this one thing, again, I'll say to you, fear of missing out, don't do this. Don't do it. Even if I say it tomorrow, if I say it, please remember, show me my face to me, say aapne ye bola tha, this is the single biggest mistake. Don't do this. Thank you and have a nice day.